What's going on? It's Sean. We're back at it again. Welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I am just saturated in joy that you've decided to click on this video and spend just a few moments of your precious time with me here on YouTube. What if I told you you could master any skill just by applying one rule? Would you believe me? Well, today we're going to be going over how you can do just that by applying the 10,000 hour rule.
Nerf this!
If you are finding my channel for the first time, make sure you hit subscribe and you turn those notifications on so you don't miss a thing. With that out of the way, let's jump right into it. So what is the 10,000 hour rule? The 10,000 hour rule is a general rule of thumb that basically states if you practice any skill for 10,000 hours, that is about how long it takes for you to become a master of that skill. It was popularized by Malcolm Gladwell. He made a book called The Outliers, and what that book did was it gave a number of examples of people who took about 10,000 hours to become a master. Now, in the book, he cites a study done by Anders the Durs Ericsson, and in that study, there was a music school in Berlin, and in that school, there were violinists. They measured about how long it took them to become a master of the violin, and sure enough, it took right around 10,000 hours. Now, a couple other examples that he cites in the book are the Beatles making about 10,000 hours of music before becoming masters. And if you don't know the Beatles, I truly am a boomer. And he also cites Bill Gates. Now, if you don't know who Bill Gates is, you'll live off the grid, because Bill Gates took about 10,000 hours of programming and coding before he founded Microsoft. So even though it does take about 10,000 hours for you to master a certain skill, there are some caveats to that with anything, of course. So what are those caveats? Well, I'm gonna tell you in just a few moments. Keep on watching, because I have to go to Best Buy. I'm gonna pick up a mic to increase the sound quality for you guys, and I gotta get these gains so you know what time it is. Let's hit the road. So right now we're looking at mics and we're not sure what to go with. You know, something generic, nothing crazy. They got a whole kit here. I don't know if I gotta go crazy like that. I was kind of hoping for like a arm to attach to the desk, just to have it in front of my face, but I don't know. So we're going with the headphone startup kit. It's the best route. All right, so we went with the Zoom podcasting set, as it's called, for the new audio. It was just the Best Buy. It had the headphones, the mic, the stands, the pop filter, whatever that little black screen thing is, that goes right over the tip of the microphone, all the cords you need and so forth. So it was just the better deal. And we also got the Zoom Pod Track, it's called, and that is more for recording the audio, and if you wanted to have more guests on a podcast, and you can adjust like the volume and everything like that. So it's gonna provide a higher quality, so I think it was the better investment of the two. I just had to do it quick because I kept contemplating and flip-flopping on what I wanted to do, and thanks to Lily for, you know, pushing me in that direction. And we had to be ready, fire, aim, not ready, aim, fire, and just do it. So we got that, and we also got an extra SD card for that. So now we are at the gym, and we're gonna get the gains. But keep on watching, because after that, we're gonna go over the 10,000 hour rule some more, and I got some good tips and tricks and how to actually apply it. So see you then. All right, so gains are acquired. We're gonna go back to the 10,000 hour rule, and I'm gonna give you some caveats as well as how you can actually apply this rule to master really any skill or craft that you want to. So the first caveat, battery about to die. battery about to die. Always. So the first caveat is that it may take you longer, or it may take you shorter than 10,000 hours to actually master a certain skill. And the reason for that is this: some people are just naturally gifted at doing certain things. And I'll use the example of singing. Some people have a naturally nice voice, others don't. So if you have a natural gift for something, it may take you shorter than 10,000 hours to become a quote-unquote master in the art of something you're naturally gifted at. On the other hand, it may take someone who's not naturally gifted longer to master a certain skill than 10,000 hours at that particular skill. And you just have to keep that in mind, that if you're naturally gifted at something, you may get to the level of mastery before that 10,000 hours. And again, on the other hand, you may take longer if you are just naturally poor at something. Now, don't let that discourage you, because you can truly do anything that you want to do. Just bear in mind that it may not be exactly 10,000 hours. We're working on a rule of thumb, an average. It's more of a guideline than an actual rule. What movie is that from? Let me know in the comments below. Now, the second caveat to the 10,000 hour rule is that you can't expect to master any skill without going and practicing it deliberately with the intention of getting better each and every time you practice this skill. And I'll give you the example of little leaguers. A lot of the times, little kids, let's say age 5, 6, 7, out on the baseball field, probably because their parents made them sign up for Little League. They're at practice, they're staring off into space, picking their nose, not really having the intention of getting better at baseball. And thus, if you're not out going and deliberately with the intention of getting better at a skill, you're just going through the motions, you're not going to get better, and that's not going to attribute to that 10,000 hour rule. So I hope that makes sense, is that if you don't have the intention of getting better each and every time, you're just going to stay the same.
So how can I actually apply this 10,000 hour rule into my everyday life, Sean? 10,000 hours seems like a long ass time.
Well, Sean, I'm glad you asked. The way you can practically apply this is to basically reverse engineer that 10,000 hours. Now, this is going to seem like a lot, but you got to remember, there's no such thing as an overnight success, and usually those overnight successes are 10 years in the making. So with that being said, if you were to practice intentionally, deliberately, for 1 hour every single day, it would take you a little over 27 years to get to that 10,000 hours. Now, if you want to cut that time in half, if you practice 2 hours a day deliberately, you will get to that 10,000 hour mark in about 13 years. You bump that up another hour, 2-3 hours a day, intentionally, deliberately practicing, getting better, it will take you about 9 years. So in closing, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending a little bit of your time with me, and I hope that everything that I'm saying about this 10,000 hour rule makes sense. You can truly master any skill that you want to do, whether it's playing a sport, singing, making YouTube videos. You can truly do anything that you want to do as long as you put in the amount of time it's going to take. Again, if you deliberately practice 3 hours a day with the intention of getting better, each time you do that skill, in 10 years, you'll be there. It's never too late. I don't care if you're 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old watching this, you can still do it. It doesn't matter if you're 10 years old watching this, 60 years old watching this, you truly have the time to do anything that you want to do. So again, bear in mind, it may take you a little bit longer than 10,000 hours. It may take you a little bit less than 10,000 hours, but if I were you, I would assume it's going to take me around that length of time to become a true master. So again, I hope this video helps you. I hope that you got something out of it, and I hope that you can really apply this and reverse engineer any skill that you want to master, and know that it's already happened. It's just a matter of time. You already are there. Future Sean, you have 1 million subscribers. I am already there. It's just gonna take the time. It's just time has to catch up. I hope you're having a great 2021 so far. Make sure you subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later if you think my videos are trash. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next one. Signing off.